Hello, this is PainTree.
Yes, that is PainTree indeed, and I am Owminator, and today we're tasting beer. This is the first beer we're tasting. It's Foster's, Australia's famous beer apparently. 5% alcohol, kind of a little bit of expensive, not too bad, but
And the Guinness of Australia. A lot of fans, a lot of hate them.
probably. I wouldn't know really, but he sounds like an expert. So what are you gonna say?
I sound like an expert, so no one cares if I actually know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. Right. Should I just open it up?
Yep.
Okay. I had to do that.
The best sound in the world.
Yeah, it probably is. Here's a glass for you. Look at the color. Oh, a lot of foam to begin with.
Oh, fucking...
Jesus, are you seeing this? That's a lot of foam, dude. Holy shit.
That's not just a lot of foam. I sincerely hope it's gonna foam less later and we're gonna pay for the beer and not the foam. This is a bitch.
Well, let's just hope that that's how it works. Right, here you go. Okay, so first impressions on the color. It's very yellow, kind of a little bit orangey, and very clear. And I like murky beer.
Because this kind of brings up fear that it might be something like Corona. Something...
Corona is good, it's just not really the kind of beer
It's
we're
not
looking
really
to taste.
beer.
It's not tasty beer, it's beer that you drink to get drunk,
Yeah.
or to what do you call it, nourish yourself, to some extent.
But
it's very
the
clear.
smell, or the bouquet, or the head, whatever you call it.
Yeah, the
Fruity,
head.
slightly, it's deep, not too sour.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's
The
not-
color doesn't make, the color kind of makes me uneasy, but the smell,
It's a little bitter, it's a little fruity.
definitely fruity, dried fruit.
Yes,
Apricots.
it smells good. It smells good. Let's yeah. Okay. Want to have a taste? That's very interesting, actually. It's very fruity.
Yeah.
It's very fruity. That's... Actually tastes quite good. I like it. It's very...
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet, but still it's a little bitter. It's kind of bittersweet,
Yeah,
excuse the expression, but that's pretty much what it is. It's bittersweet.
But it goes down easy in the beginning, and then you begin to get that bitter taste.
Yes. The bitter taste, it leaves you with a bitter taste afterwards.
But it's not the bad kind. It's not wheat beer.
No, it's not wheat beer, but it is a bit reminiscent of it,
Yeah.
the aftertaste. And we tasted a wheat beer, like, what was it, 3 or 4 days ago?
Yeah, and the aftertaste stayed in my mouth for 4 hours.
I don't think we drank that beer. I still have it in my closet because I didn't bother like pouring out the rest of it.
Let's just conclude that wheat beer isn't beer and leave it at that.
Yeah, it's not very good. But this is actually pretty good. I like it.
Solid, and you'd think from the color and from the marketing that it's kind of a cheap or
Or processed. beer.
mass-produced American piss beer like.
Yes,
But,
because it looks like piss. I mean, it
Yeah.
does.
It's
Kinda.
clear, it's filtered, but mostly filtering takes the good things out and leaves the bad things in. This one takes the bad things out and leaves the good things in like it's supposed to.
Indeed. I would like to taste one that's unfiltered, though. That would be an interesting experience,
Yeah.
I think. And I doubt it would be worse.
No.
Yeah, at least, so...
But you
like-
do open a wider market by filtering it, so...
You do, yes. But then again, who the hell buys Foster's to begin with? I mean...
Australians!
Yeah, Australian beer. I mean, people like us who drink import beer, we're the kind of people who buy this.
Yeah, we're snooty.
Yes, and we're not into clear beers. At least I'm not. And from what I understand, PainTree is not a whole lot into it either.
Clear beers are fine as long as they're not American piss.
Yes, clear beers are fine, but usually it is a sign of
Yeah, Bud Light or Miller Light or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck have we.
that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna pour myself another glass, because we need to gonna drink the whole thing before it goes flat. I mean, we have another beer to taste, so...
The alcohol percentage in our blood should be kept down a bit, but 2 cans of beer can't hurt.
True, especially when we share them. Oh, sorry, there wasn't an entire glass for you.
No problem. Need to leave a bit of the thirst for the other beer.
So what would you rate it? Wait, let me just explain our rating scale. we go from 0 to 100. 0 is worst, 100 is best. But there's a strong emphasis on that 5 is average, not 7. Because usually when you see game reviews and such, people go, this game is like average, so we'll give it a 7. And I'm like,
that doesn't make sense.
Exactly, because 5 should be the average. So we're big emphasis on 5 being the average, so it might seem like we rate beers lower than they should.
But if we give it a 60, that means that we like it.
Exactly.
I would rather drink that than some average generic beer X.
I'd probably give this like 68, I think.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it kind of 65, but then I got a real fruity note when I kind of swished it around.
Yes.
And yeah, I'd give it a 70.
70 and 68, that is very close. Nothing to discuss there. We have a giant alcohol list, actually. Spreadsheet, excuse me. Yeah, we converted it to spreadsheet because the list was pissing me off. And it's like a bunch of reviews for a bunch of different beers. It's actually a trio, me and PainTree and one of my friends, Peter, who lives across the street, but he's not here at the moment.
So we're reviewing beers that are a tad bit too snooty for him.
Yeah, probably.
He's the alcohol type.
Yes, he's the type who drinks to get drunk. He does like to taste beer, but not even nearly as much as me and PainTree.
But only during the first 2 hours of the party, after which you can't taste shit anyways.
I remember he always refuses to taste beer when he gets like really drunk, because he knows he can't evaluate them properly. Anyway, 68 and 70, that's an average of 69. Okay, that's creepy. Anyway, so it's right below Samuel Adams, which is that beer that your father really likes.
Yeah. It is a good beer after all, so...
Yes, indeed. It is a good beer, it's just not one you can drink a whole lot of, which is what Peter would usually evaluate.
Yeah.
No offense to Peter or anything, it's good to have different personalities on there.
Yeah, and once in a while you do drink to get drunk, which is where Peter's list comes in handy.
Exactly, so it's good to have all these opposites, so you can get some different perspectives. This one, what was it called? Foster's, Australian beer. What the hell, what should the nickname be? We nicknamed them. What should we
The Aussie.
Yeah, the Aussie, I mean, or just Aussie.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say?
Exactly, it's like the only Australian beer I've ever seen, so...
And it's the only beer the Australians ever drink, so...
Oh, well, I think that would be kind of stereotypical.
Yeah, but you know...
Yeah. Alright, 68 from me and 70 from you, that's 69 average. Any comments?
More flowery than expected. More snooty.
Fruity, looks like piss, tastes
Doesn't
good.
taste.
Doesn't taste like piss, absolutely not. It's good. It's a good beer. I would probably buy this again. Yeah.
Though it's fucking expensive because it's import. But hey, once
It
in a while you
actually
can
it's not that expensive. I think it was like 14.5 plus.
Okay.
What else? Pant? You kind of pant?
Bottle deposit.
Bottle deposit then. The
Commie system.
Yes, the commie system that makes people recycle shit, which is a good thing, I might add. So, even though I never recycle personally, I think it's a good thing.
I recycle once every 6 months, which means I get about $20 worth of deposits.
Damn you, I should start doing that shit.
I think it's more because I drink a lot of stuff.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, looking at the floor, he's got like 4 energy drinks, cup noodles, and a Mountain Dew down there. And he's already drank 1 energy drink.
And I drank 3 Mountain Dew and 1 Dr. Pepper yesterday, so... And 1 of the energy drinks.
Yeah, I mean, what am I gonna say about this guy? He drinks a lot of energy drink. He's very... he likes caffeine, right?
Caffeine is the soup of life. The primordial soup from which all life originated, and it cannot subsist without it!
Okay, that's, interesting. Right, you wanna punch up the next beer?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. We put it in the freezer because it's a Japanese beer. I'm gonna bring some icing or what?
Ice cubes!
Ice cubes. Just funny to say icy because it's really irrelevant. But
it's funny to say it because it's irrelevant.
Okay. Sapporo, Japanese beer. PainTree brought it here.
And I'm gonna try to review it independently of the fact that it's Japanese.
Yes, he's a very big fan of many Japanese things. So we're gonna try. He's gonna try to do it as objectively as possible. We even brought ice cubes, so that's fantastic. and it was in the freezer, yeah. So it's quite cold now. Ice cubes.
Ice cubes.
There you go. All right. Look at them ice cubes. I get turned on by ice cubes.
Oh, such a delicious fetish, but the edges are sharp, aren't they? Gonna cut your. Let's get back on topic, shall we?
Yeah, freaking ice cubes. Sapporo, Japanese beer. 4.7% alcohol.
Reasonably average.
Quite average, yeah. 0.1% beyond average, but that's nothing to speak about, I suppose. Not even nearly as much foam as the or.
No, not even nearly.
No, but that was only your glass. My glass was a little more than this.
Yeah.
So it's not as foamy, but still quite foamy.
A bit, quite a bit darker than the Foster's.
Yes, it is. It's a good bit darker. A couple nuances. It's actually a little less clearer too, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a little more murky, which I mean, it looks pretty good. Looks like it's been filtered appropriately, at least. That they did it properly. So
it looks more beery.
Yes, it looks more beery, definitely. Unlike Corona or something like that.
And smells more beery.
Yes, it smells like it's heavier at least.
Yeah, doesn't smell as much of
fruit
and flowers and butterflies and rainbows and unicorns.
Exactly, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not what we're saying. It's just. All right.
The foam is out.
Okay. It's good to have a cold beer.
Definitely something you'd want to drink cold.
It tastes a little bit heavy, but it's kind of concealed by the fact that it's cold, which I actually like that. So it's not really heavy, but at the same time it has that taste that comes with the heaviness.
It's heavy, but it's not too bitter.
Exactly. Yes.
It's it has a lot of taste, and it kind of fills in your mouth. It's like you're drinking something.
And that's what heavy beers do. But when it's cold, it doesn't taste heavy, which is sometimes unpleasant.
But if you drank this lukewarm, it would taste like piss.
Yes, it would. It wouldn't taste good. So definitely, it's required to put ice cubes in it and to make sure that it's cold to begin with. I like it. I do.
It's smooth.
It's pretty smooth. Yeah. I think that's also a side effect of it being as cold as it is.
Yeah. It isn't very nuanced, but really, is that something you're looking for in a beer like this?
It's really straightforward, actually. It's not. There's not a whole lot to kind of take in.
No.
It's heavy. It's a bit heavy, concealed by the fact that it's cold, and then there's a very straightforward but good taste to it. It's a little bit fruity, slight bit, and it's not. Well, it is a little bit bitter in the aftertaste, but not as much as the
Foster's.
As the Foster's, yeah.
I'd say the Foster's had a good point in its fruitiness, but it was also a tad bitter.
Yes. While this is not as bitter, there's definitely not as much fruit in it too. But it's not just bitterness. It is a little bit fruity.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's something that leaves you without a real aftertaste.
Yes.
And that's a good point here, seeing as heavier beers usually leave you with a bitter aftertaste.
Yes, and that is terrible. We don't like that. Except the 1795, that was actually pretty good. And the cherry taste with it too. But yeah, this good beer should be served cold, so not something to bring into downtown to get you drunk. Definitely not, because it would taste bad in that temperature.
It's I'd say it's something that you drink with friends or at a home party or the
Yes, at a home party this would be pretty ideal, because you actually have the possibility to put ice cubes in it and freeze it down and enjoy it in a glass, for example.
It's not a beer you drink straight out of the can.
No way that's gonna happen.
I think I'll have some more.
Yes, go ahead. It's your beer after all.
Here.
Thanks. How much did it cost?
A tad more, I think 17 or something.
Right. I don't think it would hurt if it had a little more alcohol in it, actually, to give it a little more of a strong taste. Like, 5% alcohol, maybe. Something like that, instead of 4.7. Just bump it up just a little bit.
Because it has a heavy taste in the first place, you'd kind of expect that of a stronger beer.
I mean, it's different, you know, from heavy and more alcohol. It's kind of, it gives, the heaviness is kind of like down in the, and now I'm talking about sound stuff, like down in the lower frequencies, if you know what I mean. It tastes like the heavy stuff is down, while the
it's in
alcohol,
the back of your mouth.
Yes, while the alcohol strongness is kind of like at the tip of your tongue, right? So if it had a little more alcohol, it would probably be a little more consistent along the tongue, if you can say that. But it's a good beer. I like it.
I'd say I prefer drinkability over nuances. I mean, Foster's I like, but I would definitely not be able to drink a can of it.
And that's where I'm kind of like the other way around. I think I like the nuances more. So whereas I mean, straight drinkability is fine, you know, but it's not me. So
I mean,
personally, I would. What would you give this?
I mean, I'll just get a comment in sideways. I mean, nuances are fine and I like them, but once in a while it's good to have a beer that just goes down straight. I'd say I'd give it a 75. 75 from you. I'd probably only give it 65. So that's an average of 60, right? See, I'm not that bad at math. An average of 60? Oi. You said that you give it 65?
And you give it 75?
Yeah, that's an average of 70, not 60.
Oh. Yeah, that was a typo. A mental typo. I meant 70.
Yeah.
You know I did, right? Okay.
And actually, during this review I didn't think a single time about that was Japanese, so I think I succeeded.
Yes, you did indeed succeed. Just evaluating a beer purely by how good it tastes. And how much alcohol there's in it, and a couple other factors, but let me just see, what was it called? Sapporo?
Yeah.
Sapporo, excuse me. Sapporo. Yeah, let's just call it Sapporo. It's a premium lager beer. What should we call it? We can't just call it Japanese.
Home party.
Home party, right? Home party.
It is definitely not something you drink out on the town.
Definitely not, but it's good for home parties.
Yeah.
4.7%. I give it 65. You give it 75. That is an average of 70. Okay. Yes, so that was Sapporo Premium Lager beer from Japan. And the Foster's from Australia. So, tried some import beer. Thought pretty good of both of them.
Pleasant surprise. I thought Foster's may be a bit overrated, and Sapporo, and I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if the Japanese made good beer, but they did.
I'll add that to both.
So this was PainTree, and on the other side,
Owminator.
And signing off. Well,
signing off. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below. If you ever get to taste these beers, please tell us what you think. And if you like this video, please tell us to make some more.
We'd be happy to.
Yeah, we would. Getting drunk is awesome, and tasting beer is awesome too. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching.